Influence here, and today I have Giant Legion Mech Invasion CLA03 and 4. This is Craner and Tipper, which is their long haul and hook. Another Constructicon team. And I bought these because I heard a lot about them, for one. For two, I heard that, you know, and they were cheap. Not for two, but they were cheap. I just saw how cheap they were. It was like $85 for both of these. So, I mean, how can I pass up on a deal like that with these big boys? And they're not really masterpiece. I guess they're masterpiece size, you can say, but it's really chug. They're chug. They have a lot of things like non-posable hands and stuff like that. They remind me of Open and Play with a little more better hardware and a little more intricate, but it's almost just like Open and Play. Like, the transformations are simple, they're nice, they're chunky, the plastics feel great, especially for the price.
Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube.
So here we are. Of course, I'm doing them both together because I got them both, and the transformations aren't hard at all. So I figured I'll do both. You could probably get a video a piece out of these, but just for, you know, like I said, since they came together, I'm just going to do both at one time. So here you are. They come in vehicle mode. That's why it's in vehicle mode. They only have 3 accessories, which is the box. So let me move that over. Show the box a little bit. So you got this here. Shows the robots. Nothing on that side. Flip over. Shows the vehicles that it comes in, and not much else. The other accessories are the guns and the batteries. So they comes with batteries. Devastator's head lights up, so does each robot head, and come with batteries, come with the thing that you put in the back of the head, and the covers that you cover it up with once you get the batteries in there. And they're not in, so they're not gonna, you know, you don't have to worry about them causing any damage. So these boys are chunky. You can see just how big these wheels are, which I really like. I really like these wheels. It's die cast right here, so they do feel pretty hefty. It's not a lot of die cast, but you got, I think this is die cast. No, this might be plastic, painted plastic. I thought it was die cast. Well, tell you the truth, I don't know. I think when I first got them and they were outside, this was cold. So I did think it was die cast, but it's not cold anymore. But of course, because the heat's on. Yeah, I think it is die cast on both. These right here, the oil cans or whatever, or the gas, extra gas. I don't know what they're supposed to be, but. So I think this guy looks great. I like the blue windows. They have them on both. I'm hoping they have them on all of them, because I do like that. Like, it's painted and it's uniform. Only thing I don't like on him is they did no type of bed on his truck, but I can look past that. Oh, you get this too. It just posts right here. The weapon, which I will take out, just pegs into the bottom here. Has a little tab. There's a tab hole right there, and you just stick it in there like that. Push it in, then you can pull that down, and it keeps it. It's pretty secure, and it's good for storage. So that's his weapon. Pull that out, and you can see has a magazine. Actually has some tabs on the magazine, so it may be able to go somewhere else as well. Unsure. Maybe when we get Devastator, I don't know, but it's fine enough. And here, his weapons under here, and it's just a tab on the underside. There's a tab on both sides of the gun, and you just tab it right here on that tab. It's hard to see, but then you have this gun. You can pull it out, and it's like this. You can actually fold this up if you want to. It looked like it'll go all the way in there, so I try not to fold it up. But you can see silver, just a, just a gun. Now for these guys, I was getting to it. These big giant rubber tires, pretty nice. Over here you have rubber tires as well, but they're smaller just to fit with the vehicle. You have this right here that moves, goes up and down on ratchets, goes in and out. This thing right here moves, and I think the hook, the hook actually moves too. And also you can pull this out a little bit, flip this over, and I think it's a gun, and you can have it, or it could be a fire hose, water hose, or something, depending on what you want it to be. But it also can be a gun in robot mode for him on his shoulder. So yeah, not much else to talk about. So let's get these guys transforming in robot mode, and then we'll talk about the robot modes. So there's tabs under here that tab into there. Just pull these arms out, untab it a little, pull these arms out. You see this? You can move these down like this. Now for this, just leave it like that. We'll concentrate on these legs. You kind of move these legs apart. Then you move this up right here, and up and out. You can move this up a little bit just to get this up and out how you should. And then you accordion it down sideways, like sideways Cabana Wars. There's a tab here that tabs into the side. Tab that there. And then you move this around, flip this up. And then you have to do a little bit of work because there's tabs on this side that tab into here. So kind of got to bend in, but then there's a tab up here. The tab's right there, and then this tab's right there. And it's real secure once you get it in there, but you got to kind of like bend it and then tab it in and tab all this in. And it goes like that. Then you can move this down and tab that into there, and it kind of secures everything. Then move this out, flip this around, tab this here. There's a tab right there that tabs on the bottom of the foot. Then right here, there's a little thing you can just push, flip that toe out, then pull this, flip that out. You got a leg done. So you see, just that simple. So again, over here, you can move this up, accordion this out, tab it into the top, move this up, came out, flip that, then kind of move this in. Make sure this is tabbed in first. Yeah, there we go. Then move this in here to tab in. Keeps coming out. There we go. There we go. Then tab this down. Tab that right in there. I realized it was out of focus. Then the feet on this side, you just flip over, peg that right there. Then again, get these feet out. And we're here. Now with this, you want to move this down, flip the head up, just like that. And then you can move this out. You see how all this is accordion, and it just flips down. This right here, move that back down. Then you move this down here, tabs in to the back, and then move these out, little chest pieces, and then move that down and tab that on. That's something I don't like. So get the arms down, then you can just flip these down, and then you can just turn the arm the best way to get the elbow where you need it. Again, over here, turn it. It's a little panel. You just want to flip down, turn it, and then you have the elbow where you need it. You can take these. Can you take these? I thought you could take these things off, but I thought it came. Yeah, you can take these off if you want. But then there's just 2 pegs on the side. I like them on. It looks fine with them on to me. And they stay on pretty well. The only part that doesn't stay on is right here. Like when you're manipulating this, it'll come up even when it's locked. Like it feels like it's locked in place. So here's a little back heavy, but you can use this thing if you want. Like this. And then you can use it to keep him up so he doesn't fall. He won't fall at all. Or you also can bring this around and can use this as a gun or something. I don't know if it turned. No, it doesn't turn. But you can do that too. Put that back, put this back, and put it like that. Put that to the side for now. Now this guy, again, another easy pot. So you want to pull these out, 2 pegs on the side. This one's a little more involved, but not much. You can move this up, and then this goes like this, and you can flip it around, and it tabs in right here. And eventually these go flip in, but not yet. So then you want to, there's a mushroom peg right here. Just unpeg both sides. Then you can start getting the legs, flip this up, crotch part. Then you can start pulling the legs down. Once you unpeg that, you can start pulling the legs down and straightening out this stuff. You can unpeg that too, to straighten the legs out. So unpeg this and then straighten the legs out. Can bring these feet down and around like that. Bring the feet down and around, and then you want to move these out. It's a peg right there that pegs into there. And you can move these around here like that and flip this down, and it's like that. Then you can move this over. Make sure this is straight, because then this a peg right there. And you can just move that back there. Same thing over here. Unpeg that, flip this around, flip that down, then peg that in. Then this can go right there. And there you are. Now you might as well spin this around, because if you do it later, it usually gets stuck, because this is the front. It's pegged on there, so you can peg that off of there like that. And then this right here, you can move out and then move this up like this. And that's how the arm goes. You can move this up. It's pegged in the back and right here. And then you can just scoot that up like that. Then move the arms down. Get the arms situated. Now this right here, it may come undone, but it's really, the way they do it is really good. Tab. So tab this back in, get it back, and then flip this around it, because that's when you get the head up. And then you tab these in, and there's like forks on each side that grabs into there and keeps that together, or keeps everything, the backpack and all that together. Now this, you just move up, it pegs there, then you move this around. Make sure it pegs tight on the sides here. On the box they have it like this, but there's spots so you can move this around and keep it in there. And it's really tight. Once you peg this on, I didn't have it pegged on the first time I did it, so it was like coming apart. But then you can move this panel around and kind of fills in that gap. Then move the arm. Again, move this panel around, fill in that gap, and then move the arm. And here we go, the two guys together. Whose gun is who? I always feel like this big gun should be his and this gun should be his, but it don't work like that, I guess. And they just have 5mm pegs. And the thing is with the hands, the pegs aren't even really they're like square pegs for some reason. I guess the way they molded the hands. But there they go. They can hold their guns fine. Let me bring in some figures to compare them with. So here's X-Transbots Constructicons that are out now. And there you go with X-Transbots Constructicons. Of course, these are more stylized, cheaper. They don't feel that far as as the plastic. You can tell X-Trans, you know, I'm not crazy. X-Transbots is a lot better. Got more die cast, more heft. They feel better, but it's not crazy. Like these figures for the price, man. So you see they're about in line. Each gun has a magnet in it. You just gotta figure out where it is, or where it is on the head. At least I thought. One of these places. Jesus Christmas. I don't know, maybe the battery. I was having trouble with the battery. There we go. I was having trouble with the battery one day. Maybe it's just not the right. Oh, it's right here. There we go. I just use this gun because it's right there. You can kind of see it. I don't know if that's the exact magnet, but that's where it is. So you can see their eyes a little bit, and it's really nice. Like the lights are really nice looking, but of course you're not gonna have them on all the time. I'm torn with stuff like this because it looks great when you have it on and it's nice, and that's why I use that one. But yeah, look up close and personal. See his face. Of course, the eyes look dead, which I hate. I wish they would use paint. I mean, all figures, not just this one. I just wish they would use paint. But their head sculpts are pretty nice. Let's get into articulation. So the arms all the way around, kind of now. It's hard. It hits back here, so it doesn't really get all the way around. Up, can get up. No ratchets. You can get, you know, good range. Fist is fixed, and it just spins around. It is hollow underneath. That's why I said this is, you know, these are more like chug. You got a waist. Probably a pretty good waist like this, but it stops there because it does hit back here. It hits the leg, and you can get it, but you got to really try. Now the legs have ratchets side to side, and you can see he's doing the super splits. Ratchets forward and back. He can get the hurdles pretty well. It's just, it hits the backpack a little bit. Knee is 90. And a foot, you got a good rocker there. You got a toe tilt and no up. Not really. Well, you can get it up like that. That's normal, kind of. And no other movement. Oh, you got to join up here. Over here, I showed the same thing. I already showed this where you can bring that around if you need it. Oh, I didn't show his head. Sorry about that. I'll be forgetting about the head sometimes. So it goes down about that much, up about that much. He gets side to side. It is a lot of stuff, so it does hit. Doesn't really get all the way around. It can get all the way around if you want. So his head got a little more. You got down and up. You got side to side, and he can get all the way around. It does still hit the sides, but that's all right. Arms, he gets up a lot, even more than the other guy. He has a weird joint, and this bothers me all the time. It comes up, but he has a weird joint here that goes like down and up. You see that? So if you get it just right, he can get the 360 all the way around. Elbow, this elbow is pretty tight. He gets about the same range on the elbow. Fist, his fist is a little bit smaller, but he gets the same movement, and it's all the way around and it's fixed. He does have an extra movement. His wrist goes in like this. I think that's cool. That's a cool movement. Surprisingly, he can get all the way around even with this big crane around, but it sticks so far out that it doesn't hit anything. So then he has skirts in the front. The thing that people might not like is the way this looks right here. Again, these are chugs, so it's cool. He has no ratchets. I'm assuming he has ratchets because of being the bottom, the waist. Maybe his ratchets are for combine mode. But he will hit the back he'll hit the hurdle with his back leg. Oh, he does have ratchets side to side, just not out front and back. And he does the full splits. Has the same cut joint up here. He has ratchets in his knees. Does he have ratchets? Yeah, he has ratchets too. I don't know if I definitely felt them, but I don't know if I said that. But yeah, you get 90 degree on the knee, and get a rocker about that much up. You get a toe tilt, heel spur independent, and yeah, that's pretty good right there. That's what we get. Yeah, and these are like cool little figures to just mess with. That's why I said it reminded me of the open and play, because that's what they were kind of. They were just like some cool figures that you can mess with that look pretty good and didn't break the bank. And that's what I see here. I see why people are excited about them. They're not like, they wouldn't go in my main collection, of course, because like I said, they're not MP, but I can see people getting them and being happy with them, especially for the price. I know I said that a lot, but you have to take the price into consideration. Like, they're making stuff like this for essentially $45 a bot, 50 at the most. I am shopping at Show Z, so there's that. But I say $50 a piece at the most, and you can't buy a figure this big and this chunky, nice feeling for 50 bucks. It's just not happening. You damn near ain't gonna get a mainline figure in the store that look like this for $50. So I think it's a great buy, and I have the others on pre-order. I didn't opt for the first team that came out, and I'm mad now because now I gotta wait for them. So I'm waiting. All right, so thanks for joining me for this review, and I'll get over with you in another one. Peace.
You know, life ain't no, life ain't no, life ain't no. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want it.